Hey everybody, welcome to DevRunner. My name is Paul. I'm a 52-year-old endurance runner and certified running coach, and this is episode 1 of 245 at 52. In this series, I'll be presenting a detailed training vlog over the next 18 weeks, and ultimately my race experience at the Kiawah Island Marathon on December 11th, 2021, where I will be attempting to run a 2 hour and 45-minute marathon at the age of 52. I'm hoping this series gives you the inspiration, the motivation, and the knowledge to pursue your own running goals, so please stay tuned as the weeks go by. It should be a lot of fun. Just to give you a brief overview of my running history, I got started about 10 years ago. At the time, I was 40 pounds overweight. I was probably pre-diabetic, but I was determined to get myself back into a better state of health. So I started walking. About 9 months later, I began running. I bought a used treadmill off of a friend and got started about 3 times a week. And over the next couple of years, I started building my speed, I started building my endurance, until finally in January of 2015, I believe, I ran my first marathon. It was the Charleston Marathon, and there I managed to run a 3 hour and 26-minute marathon. I was very proud of it, and I thought it was a great time. I still do think that was a great time for a first marathon, but I progressed from there. I ran 9 more marathons after that and finished 8 of those. Not all of them completely successful, but generally increasing in my abilities and lowering my times. My current marathon PR was set at the Peak to Creek Marathon in North Carolina in October of 2019. At that race, I ran a 2 hour, 52-minute, and 24-second time. I'm very proud of that, but at this point, obviously, I think I can do a little better. If you're interested in getting more details on my racing, training, running history in general, I do have a dedicated video for that on my channel, and in fact, you can link to it right here. So my motivation to go after a 2:45 marathon PR in December of this year actually came from my training and my racing performances over shorter distances in the last year. You see, last fall I started training for a new 5K PR, and I detailed that in a whole other series, which you can get to right here. And that series ended up with me setting a new 5K PR of 17 minutes and 33 seconds. I followed that up with a series that detailed my training towards a new 10K PR, which you can get to right here. And ultimately, I ended up running a 36-minute and 34-second 10K PR. Then in January 2021, I began a series dedicated to me trying to set a new half marathon PR. So in early April, I set a new half marathon PR of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 38 seconds. So I was obviously very proud of all those results. So when I consulted all of the books and the charts and the tables, they all indicated that I may just be capable of running a 2 hour and 45-minute marathon. Thus, this whole series came about. So as I said before, this training block will be 18 weeks long, and that gets me right there to December 11th at the Kiawah Island, South Carolina Marathon. You know, assuming everything goes well and races are not canceled again. But, you know, fingers crossed, hopefully we get there. So as I film this, I have just completed the first week of training. And before I get into the details of each day's workouts, etc., I thought I would talk a little about this array of shoes that's here in front of you, because these are the shoes that are going to take me through this training block. And, you know, I thought it might help you to get an idea of the types of shoes that could be useful to you as you plan for your own racing and training. So let's start off over here on my right side. These are a brand new pair of Hoka Clifton 7s, and I plan to use these for my easy day runs because they're nice and plush, they've got a nice stack height, and they're very nice and soft. Right here, this is an old school pair of Saucony Zealot 3s, which were a long-time favorite shoe of mine. They're great because they're squishy, but they're also very flexible. They allow you to move fast if you want to, but they also absorb a lot of abuse on the roads. So I plan to use these on my aerobic days where if I want to pick it up, I can, but if I just want to lay back and just kind of take it easy, these shoes are great for that as well. Now, when it comes to speed days, I'm going to be dividing the work between a couple of different pairs of shoes. This is the Skechers Razor 3, and I have a second pair of these in the closet if need be, because these have been used for quite a while now. And then I've got the Adidas SL20s, which are a great firm shoe. If you really want to move fast, this is a great shoe for that. Now for my long runs and my middle long runs, I'll be using this pair of Saucony Endorphin Speeds. I just love this shoe. When I was building towards my half marathon race goal, I used the Endorphin Speeds for all of my long runs and all of my middle long runs, and the shoe just performed beautifully, every time. It's fast, it's snappy, it's light. What else can I say? It's probably my second favorite shoe of all time, second only to the pair of shoes that I actually plan to wear on race day, which took me to my 5K, 10K, and half marathon PRs already. And I'm hoping it takes me to a 2:45 PR at the marathon in December. And that, of course, is the Saucony Endorphin Pro. This is my favorite shoe of all time. I've got a review on my channel if you're interested to know why I love them so much. And in fact, you can get to that video right here. All right, everybody, it looks like there's a big storm blowing up outside, so please forgive any changes in light or noise in the background here. But before we get into the details of my runs and my workouts here in week 1, I would like to encourage you to like this video if you're enjoying my content, and please drop a comment or a question below if there's anything you'd like to share with the rest of the audience who's watching this, or if you have any questions for me. And of course, please subscribe to my channel and ding that bell so that you get notifications every time I post. It really helps the channel grow, and it makes me very happy too. Thank you. For everyone who's new to my channel, I live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and that means that the summer is amazingly hot, incredibly humid, and you get a lot of storms that blow in really unpredictably, constantly, as is happening right now outside the window. So with that said, that is the reason why here in week 1, I did all of my running workouts on my treadmill. I'm lucky enough to have a treadmill downstairs, so that's where I got all the work done. So this training block started out for me on Monday, August 9th, and that consisted of a 7-mile easy run, which for me is about 8 minutes per mile pace. So I completed that run in 55 minutes and 56 seconds. Then on Tuesday, I went on to a speed workout. Now that consisted of a 10-mile run, which I completed in 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 45 seconds. Basically, I started out at 7.5 miles per hour and ramped up to 8.8 miles per hour and cruised until I started doing some intervals. I did 4 by 200 meters at 10.5 miles per hour, then 4 by 400 meters at 10.5 miles per hour, and then 2 by 800 meters at 10 miles per hour. And then took a couple of miles just to kind of wind down and give my muscles an opportunity to wind down a little bit. So after my speed day workout on Tuesday, I went into Wednesday knowing that I had to run 12 miles at aerobic pace. That's kind of my middle long run right there. And I completed that run in 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 29 seconds. Basically, I spent the first 2 miles ramping up from 7.5 miles per hour up to 8.8 miles per hour, and then I just cruised it out. Just working on endurance more than anything else. So after back-to-back workouts on Tuesday and Wednesday, I took Thursday as an easy day. I went 7 miles at easy pace, which for me is 7.5 miles per hour, and I completed that run in 56 minutes and 1 second. So after that rest day, I went into Friday knowing that I had a 10-mile run ahead of me. Basically, it's like a secondary speed workout for me. I basically ramped up to 8.8 miles per hour, which is, again, my aerobic pace. And then I peppered in 8 strides, which range from 10.1 miles per hour, growing in speed successively until I hit 10.8 miles per hour, and then spent the last couple of miles just kind of running at aerobic pace. And that was it for Friday. Saturday was another easy day. I went 8 miles this time at 7.5 miles per hour, and I completed that run in 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 28 seconds. So Sunday, yesterday, was my first big long run of the training block, and it was a rather intimidating goal that I wanted to hit because I wanted to come out of the gate and try to hit marathon pace and sustain marathon pace for the last 4 miles of that 16-mile long run. So basically, I started out ramping up to 8.8 miles per hour over the first 3 miles of the run, and then I sustained 8.8 miles per hour till mile 9, and then I started ramping up again. I spent 1 mile going to 8.9, then 9. The next mile I ramped up to 9.2 miles per hour, and then spent the next mile ramping up to 9.4 miles per hour, which left me where I could bump up to 9.5 miles per hour, which is my speed, the speed I want to hit and sustain for my marathon in December in order to hit that 2:45 race goal. So I was very nervous going into that run, knowing that this was going to be the hardest run since I ran my half marathon way back in April. But I did manage to pull it off. I'm happy to say it was a bit of a rough go, but I got the job done. But one of the major factors that really made that so challenging was the fact that my weight is nowhere near where it should be as far as my ideal race weight. I'm currently at 150 pounds, and my ideal race weight is actually 139, 138, somewhere in there. So carrying all that extra weight really, it makes my muscles work that much harder. So while I was pleased with that long run performance, no doubt about it, I'm going to have to work hard over the next few weeks to slowly bring my weight down to a more ideal place. But of course, my plan is not to do that all at once, because then I put myself at risk for injury for lack of good nutrition. So what I plan to do, hopefully, is drop a pound a week over the next, 10 weeks or so, and get myself there gradually and improve my diet, basically. Drop the pizza, drop the burgers, and start subbing in things like kale, spinach, collard greens, salads, and lean proteins like chicken and fish. And hopefully we get there. I'm trying to keep myself honest by reporting it to you guys week after week. So there you go. The other components of my training for this particular marathon goal are also core training and overall body strength training. So I'll be talking about that week after week. Basically, I've got a 20-minute core routine that I do as soon as I roll out of bed every morning. There's actually a dedicated video that will show you exactly what I do every day, and that video is right here. I will also eventually do a video on my free weight strength training routine as well, which I try to do 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then I give my body a little break on the weekend so that I can feel rested when I go to the long run each week. This week I only completed 1 free weight training routine, and that was on Thursday evening. I just basically felt kind of wiped out by the high intensity of the running from this training block, so I didn't want to push my body too hard. So next week I hope to pick up on that, get 2, maybe all 3 of those workouts in on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so that my body gets a little bit of a break before the long run on Sunday again. This will be, without a doubt, the biggest running challenge of my life, to try to hit a 2:45 at my age. I'm happy to share it, no matter what the outcome is. I will be open and honest with all of you to help you learn from my failures, to learn from my successes, and we'll just go. So thank you for joining me, and as always, everyone, get healthy, stay strong, and keep pushing. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.